If you are not one for deep thoughts and hopeful conjecture, please don't embarrass yourself by watching this video any further. This story is about lupines, which according to the Encyclopedia Britannica are Lupinus genus of about 200 species of herbaceous and partly woody plants in the pea family. The term lupine, from the Latin word for wolf, derives from the erroneous belief that these plants deplete or wolf minerals from the soil. The contrary is true, however. Lupines aid soil fertility by fixing nitrogen from the air in a soil form useful to other plants. Lupines were moved from their Mediterranean origins to northern Europe by Frederick the Great of Prussia in 1781 to improve the poor soils in northern Germany. The lupines, because of their nitrogen-infusing capabilities, spread across the world and ultimately ended up in the Americas, where I now peruse them today. This is not an analysis of the scientific or historical facts surrounding the botanical characteristics of the lupine flower, however, but rather an analysis of the personality and character-forming attributes inspired by lupines and their robust character, specifically through the guise of Miss Rumphius by Barbara Cooney. Growing up, there were a plethora of random stories and ideas that inspired me and ultimately shaped who I am today. One of these stories was Miss Rumphius by Barbara Cooney. I was blessed enough to be raised in a rural setting of immense beauty, with trees, flowers, and mud everywhere, each forming a different characteristic and personally assimilated ideal. Alice Rumphius grew up in a small city by the sea. She lived with her grandfather, who was a woodcarver and a painter, and it was from him that she learned the fundamentals of the strength of her character. He always told her, "You must do something to make the world more beautiful." And this mission pervaded everything that she would do with her life. She traveled the world and grew old in a house by the sea, and ultimately she made the world more beautiful in the most simple of ways. She decided to plant lupines across the countryside of her hometown. She sowed the beauty of blue and purple and rose-colored flowers for all to enjoy and be inspired by, and that is how she made the world more beautiful, with a great deal of love and a simple disposition. Throughout my life, this ideal has inspired me and driven me also, and although I am an easily inspired person, which might explain why I woke up at noon today and still with terrible and unchecked bedhead decided to act on this idea after just one cup of coffee, I'm still often prone to lazy and unmotivated acts of self-gratification, and that is why this message is so important to me to be instilled in others. We are all just human, and we are all just naturally selfish in our humanness. But this selfishness never makes us happy. More money, the next job promotion, or the next greatest honor will only leave us feeling hollow and ill-gratified if we receive them with the wrong disposition. If our only goal in life is to make ourselves feel happy, we'll never achieve that goal because there really is no end to the gratification of self. Everything we do has to be a part of this bigger ideal. How can we make the world more beautiful? How can we serve others better? How can we love others better? How can we give more of ourselves? Until we start pursuing this mission, there will always be a part of us that is sad and unfulfilled. What use is an intellect and a will if we only choose to use them to half of their potential? Writers make the world more beautiful by expounding on the truth. People in the medical field make the world more beautiful by healing bodies and restoring lives. Teachers make the world more beautiful by shaping the next generation. And if one is lucky enough to become a priest or a religious, they make the world more infinitely beautiful by saving souls. And the list goes ad infinitum. Miss Rumphius teaches us this. Each one of us was created and predestined for a calling, a pursuit of a mission. And I like to think of this as our making the world more beautiful, that we may forever be happy in the next.